issues, you go through loneliness, you go through isolation, you can be in the midst of fire and you're not. And because we don't have the blueprint for children with disability, the stigma is actually affecting. For me, it's fear. Fear of losing my child and the stigma. And when your child is having epilepsy, you know what epilepsy is? What happens within your community? You are isolated as they start giving you names. So that affected me badly because nobody in our family has epilepsy. So why is my son having epilepsy? So I went into shock for a long time, went into denial, and that's what happens to parents. Or somebody that has disability, you go into denial that it's not your portion. It's not. I reject it in Jesus' name. But at the end of the day, the reality is that your child is disabled, and you have to live with that. And for me, that was an Herculean task. Thank God that I'm living in an environment where there's social protection, where you can seek help and you'll be listened to. But imagine people living in Nigeria, you understand, and they will be segregated. So, and in London, I started something called Star Children, the organization, Star Children, because most of the peer support group I went to, they were more whites and they were disempowering because of the way they relate to people with ethnic minority. So I said, you know what? I'm going to start work with, and that's how Start Children Development was born.
Okay, so take us through the essence of why you are here.
So what I mean is that people hide. I hid for a long time because I was in denial. When you're in denial, you hide a lot of things, and that affects your behavior, that affects your personality. People don't think vulnerability is strength. People think it's a sign of weakness, and people think acceptance. Because when you start accepting what you are going through, then you learn what you can control, you learn what you cannot control. And this is a lot of, there's going to be a mindset shift for you to be able to do that. So that you know what you are concentrating on, you know the battles, you have to choose your battles, or else you get overwhelmed, you experience burnt out, and that can have an effect on your overall well-being. So having a son with this was quite traumatizing for me. And now, the one that has changed the trajectory of my life is the most that actually shaped my life. But it took a long time. So, and you know what? I realized the power of choice. You either sink or swim. You have the power, and sometimes power of words. Most time, power of words are powerful too. Affirmative words. So, and that's so much from my son. And I choose to concentrate more on the abundance I've experienced with my son, not the other negativity or what the environment is. It's a kind of stigma. So I see my son as a whole human being rather than concentrating on his disability. Disability is part of his life, but it does not define him.
Why do you care? You live in UK, it's appeared that things are settled. You don't need, like they will say in Nigeria, God has buttered your own bread. So why do you care about Nigerian parents?
Because I'm a Nigerian, first and foremost. I was born in Nigeria. And then secondly, there's so many, when we were growing up, epilepsy is something that is a taboo. They will say, oh, it's going to transmit to you. Yes, communicable, exactly. But no, it's just a neurological disorder in the brain. But once you have a knowledge is power, that you are able to move on. So it's about, like, I also partner with UCH, we empower parents about the fact that when your child is epileptic, it's not a sin, because they think in Christendom it's a sin. It's not a sin. children, there's so many children, you're not alone, there's so many children with so many disabilities. But however, it doesn't mean they're not human beings. They are human beings first and foremost. And once you accept that, and as a parent, you learn to bond, you learn to nurture. So I was able to demystify so many myths concerning disability through my experience of raising a young man with disability.
So why this career path for them and this career summit for
Yeah, career summit is the career path, or is it the topic for today?
Yeah, so yeah, why, what will the summit do?
Yeah, what
for them?
about is focusing on owning your story, changing the narratives of your story, having a sense of belonging in the human race. We are all different. Our learning styles are different. The way we perceive things are different. But that doesn't negate us from being a human being. So we are all human beings. And for me, that shift in the Bible that says you are created with God's image made a lot of sense to me. And so you have to shift your perspective. Shapes your reality. So what are you believing regarding your situation? What are you believing regarding your child?
All right. During your presentation, during your keynote address, you talk basically about the people who care for these people living with disabilities. And most times we often ignore them in the conversation around disabilities.
Yes, because
you also said that there is no policy that is in place to care for even the carers.
Exactly.
Can you drive conversation around what the government needs to do to support carers of disabled people?
You know, one thing is that a child needs a better foundation. A child needs to has to have what we call secured attachment. When a child is secured, when he grows into adulthood, he will not be in crisis. And people with disability, they too need love. They have needs as human beings, and they need love. So we can't negate them because they can learn. They have the capacity to learn. It depends on the environment you are creating for that child. So what environment? But if a woman is traumatized, how can he care for? And he doesn't have the will with that to actually support that child. It can be expensive, no doubt about that. But what's the government doing to especially people with parents who are from poor socioeconomic background, especially parents from grassroots who are struggling to cater, because some of them still love them in their house. Some of them, because disability is not one cap fit all. And disability is not, we have some people that have complex needs. We have disabilities that are substantial, we have moderate, we have low. You understand? But if we neglect, I think the government is neglecting those children and their parents, especially people from poor socioeconomic background. They are neglecting them. So there needs to be an awareness on how your self-care, and part of what you are doing this is about self-care. That's why we had an exercise in the morning, so that can ease our pain, our tension. Because tension, you can have tension when you're going through something. You can have tension in your tummy, in your arm, in your neck, and you know there's some techniques you have to do. Because I'm also a trauma-informed care specialist that can ease that tension, and one thing is that once you are tense, your nervous system is affected. That's why some people get anxious. That's why some people get panic attack, why they'll be shaking. And that's why some people, when they're talking, their mouth, their lips are so dry. It's because their nervous system is dysregulated.
Okay, finally, thank you. Sorry. There seems to be a lot of ignorance in Nigeria. You are talking about shift narrative, about people understanding that this is not ego, this is not a curse from God. How can parents, government, and every stakeholder get the kind of knowledge that you now have?
Yes, what they do is that knowledge is power. They can connect with us, because one of the things is that they can do their own findings too. One thing is that it took me years to have this kind of knowledge about
is it possible for start children, to put this knowledge in a local thing that people in the rural villages, rural places can access?
I've done something like that in 2014, where we go to 7 local governments in Ibadan, in Oyo State, 2014. and we did awareness, we distributed wheelchair free of charge. And knowing that I'm also a proud parent gives them that, your story can make an impact. So my story is making an impact. We go to UCH to mention about, because one of the things is that mental health is key. There's an intersection between mental health and disability. So if you have and for women with disability like me, I went through mental health issues too. That where did this come from? I was concentrating on why, instead of supporting my son. It took me 7 years. So when I started supporting my son, it was literally 14 years. He was 14 years. Because he was without epilepsy for 7 years. Then when he started having epilepsy, out of the blues, of course I was shocked. And coming from Nigeria, you understand? Was it infectious? Was it this? And I realized that knowledge is power. So when you maintain, the parents should find their tribe. And this is what we want to do with the rural, whatever. So I did that in rural 7 pilot scale. And a lot of parents came. And they were like, and even I have a group, WhatsApp group, where parents will sing, we dance, and they use me as a standard of accepting their children. So acceptance is power. It's not a sign of weakness.
Thank you. I really appreciate you.
So I believe there is need for us to also work together with women so that we can have a violent-free society, especially gender-based violence against women with disability. And we all know that women with disability face triple jeopardies when it comes to all form of abuse. The fact that they are women, the fact that they have disabilities, and because some of them they also experience poverty. As a result of that, very, very difficult for them to fight for their right when their rights have been violated. So I believe that as a man, there is need for me to also support them, knowing fully well that whatever happens to women directly affects everybody. But they are mothers, and I believe that whether they have disability or not, there is need for us to support them to ensure that they enjoy all their rights without being violated by anybody.
Mr. So you are an accessibility expert. For women who suffer violence, are there anything that you have worked around that can be of help to them in the past? Or you've done any campaign or something?
Yes. Because like I said, there are women with disability are very vulnerable, and because if you look at most of the public facilities, like toilets now, for instance, some of them find it difficult to access public toilets, and as a result of that, they are exposed to sexual transmitted diseases. So as a result of that, my company, we have been working with like-minded organizations to make provisions for accessible toilets, so that they can, in terms of their health, we can take their health very serious. And when we have erring women, we are going to have erring nations. So because they are the kind of role they are playing in nation buildings, my company work with non-governmental organizations. We are working with Jonapit, Start Children Development Initiatives, and other organizations to ensure we have accessible environments that will enhance the living condition of women with disabilities.
Yeah, finally, Mr. Isu, this is a career summit. And I think one of the messages that is strong here is that women with disability, caregiver, also need to be empowered.
Yes.
And then their mental health is important.
Yes.
What are your thoughts on all of this?
Yes, I agree 100% that their empowerment, we should prioritize empowerment of women with disabilities. Because research has shown that they are porous of poor, and we can have a viable or a developed nation when large percentage of the population of women with disability are left behind in economic development of our nations. And I love one of the objectives we want to achieve from this summit is to empower women, to empower them and to also showcase, their product, because some of them are doing wonderfully. You will see from the exhibitions, some are showcasing their craft, some that are in creative industries, some that are manufacturers. They are showcasing their product, and I believe this will inspire other women with disability who are jobless, who are idols, who believe that they cannot do things on their own. I believe with this kind of summit and with this exhibition happening here, I believe that other women with disability will be inspired and empowered to also want to contribute their own to the development of the country.
Thank you, Mr. Yusufu Olatunji. We've been talking with Mr. Yusufu Olatunji, the CEO of Global UTELS. Thank you for your contribution and thank you for coming. Thank you for your presentation, and we can see your passion. As a person heading the gender unit, what are the challenges that you face?
Thank you very much. You see, I wouldn't say there are challenges, but we need to improve on what we have been doing. And if we had one patrol vehicle before, we'll be needing another patrol vehicle. If we had spaces for shelter, we'll be needing more spaces for shelter. I wouldn't want to say that the job at the gender unit requires lots of attention. But the truth is that we have lots of people who are now aware of what Lagos State's command and Lagos State Police Command collaboration are actually doing to ensure that people with disability, people who suffer from gender-based violence, and also all other forms of human rights abuses are accommodated and also find justice. So we are not challenged, but in the places where we have to do more, we just have to do more than enough.
Women with disability, some of them have come up with a complaint that your unit is not very accessible enough in terms of getting required attention immediately. Is there any notion why they have that belief about your unit?
Honestly, I want to say that our unit is highly accessible, but it will depend on what platform they are looking for these information from. Take for instance, we are across social media. Our phone numbers are available, and we also have the phone numbers of the police public relations officer. The truth is, you only talk from the place where you have your own knowledge.
Okay, all right.
So because if you are not able to find these informations, if you are not aware or you are not knowledgeable to find phone numbers and contacts of the Lagos State Police Command, you definitely come up to say that they are not easily accessible. But those people who have been accessing us, they make referrals and they know that we are swift, we are prompt, and we are active.
Okay, so for you, addressing issues relating to gender violence when it comes to disabilities, what do you think the Nigerian stakeholders should be doing going forward after this summit?
See, going forward, it's just a level of awareness. These people are human beings. They are not different from you and myself that have 2 legs, 2 eyes, and we are physically able to do things for ourselves. So they have to be inclusive. They need to come together in our everyday lives, and they need further support. You heard the story inside when the woman was saying she was even made jest of. We need to stop making jest of these people, and we need to better appreciate them more as members of a whole society. Nigeria, Lagos State, that village, that community, that society, and that family unit. So there's no need for any form of discrimination, but you just have to accept them as part of a whole person. For instance, now, if I can't see, I will need someone to aid me, isn't it? And the person who is going to be providing that service as a carer has to do that from a place of compassion. So it means our stakeholders, our fathers, our traditional rulers, everybody who have these people should show more love and appreciation to them.
All right, assault and gender-based violence come in various degrees. There's verbal, there's physical, and all of that. For women with disability, how equipped is the police to be able to help them when they come with different shade of assault?
Okay, let me talk about my own units, and I will leave the PRO to talk for the police. In my own units, we ensure that.
But you are part of the police as gender units.
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
So let me talk about what I do in my own unit now. Because I was answering questions at the session there. The truth is this: let's not depart from what is real and what is obtainable.
Yeah.
An average person who works in a gender unit, we have what we call empathy, compassion, and passion for what we do. So when someone comes in and he has been physically, verbally abused or assaulted, the next thing is no compromise. Like I said in there, we do our proper investigation, we do our case file compilations, and the person is charged with it.
Thank you.
You're most welcome.
Consent, so as to ensure that the next woman with disability does not have to go through the pains I went through to get to where I am today. That's just it, for the purpose of awareness and to ensure that women with disabilities enjoy better opportunities.
There's something that I've been arguing about. There is a power of education, and I think that education is part of what pushes you. What are your thoughts about women with disability and lack of education and information, and what should government do?
The truth is, education should be a basic for every woman, irrespective of whether you have disability or not. It should be a prerequisite to build on. Even if you decide to become an entrepreneur, when you're educated, you handle your business differently. And if you want to become a professional, education cannot be overemphasized because it gives you a platform to build yourself. It gives you that voice. It gives you how to articulate whatever are your concerns constructively, because you would not just come out to speak in any way without constructively.
So what bothers you most in Nigeria today as a woman with disability?
What bothers me most is the fact that women with disabilities are not given equal opportunities. Even with our counterparts without disabilities, you find out that most times women without disabilities forget that they are women with disabilities, and so we face triple jeopardy. As we struggle with, even when we go to school, we struggle to earn a living. And so imagine those at the rural area who are not educated. It means they will struggle even much more. So it's important that we begin to make our society an all-inclusive one. Our policies should be inclusive, whether it's education or what have you, because disability cuts across all stratas of living, all stratas of life. And so women with disability should be given a platform to a social.
So give us one word that you want to send to women with disability and government. One word each, or one sentence.
For women with disability, never give up. Keep shining, keep amplifying your voice. For the government, we need inclusive policies, not just inclusive policies, but policies that are fully implemented. Inclusive policies that are fully implemented will definitely leave no one behind in Nigeria.
Thank you, and enjoy your day.
Okay. My name is Christiana Olowolaja. I'm into bead making. I'm also a fashion designer. I love anything fashion. And it's easy for a person with disability like me to produce. So that is why I go for this.
What's the market How large do you do this?
Sir?
Do you do it at a large scale or small scale?
Yes, I did it as a large scale in case of like party souvenir. Also, because this is herbal, we also have key holder. You can also paste your sticker on it. So I did it for souvenir, and I also did it for individual.
Have you been involved in job fair, exhibition, and all of that?
No, sir.
Why?
I don't know. I've not heard anything about it.
Okay, because I'm trying to ask if they are doing, because we have attended several job fair and exhibition at large scale. Okay, so where are you based, so that if you have opportunity we can
I based in Lagos.
Lagos. Okay. All right. Well, your name again, man?
Christian Ololagba Aki.
What do you sell?
I have chin here, I have beans flour, I have natural zobo drink.
Okay.
What else do I have? Yes?
We are coming.
We are selling it.
Okay. Thank you, madam.
So which one?
All right. Thank you for coming for exhibition here. Please, what is your name and what do you do?
My name is Miriam Sugar. I do shoemaking and sports, whichever skill. That shoemaking, I make it at my home. My mom's house, I stay with my mom.
Okay. Okay, so you don't run a office now. You are still doing from home. Okay. Will it be something that you want to do at a large scale? You have money. I mean, having a shop, a showroom, and all of that. Please give us your full name and your phone number when people can connect you.
My name is Odishoga Miriam Okwelola. My number is 080-580-39618.
Thank you, Ms. Okutola.